Hello everyone. Would you like to turn this standard air bike into a Scorpion war machine? Like this? In my opinion, this really is the best gunship. Not only because it looks great, but because it has the 3 construct heads that are really good at crowd control, and it hovers, so right now I'm not touching the controller, and it's just slowly hovering forward, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. It also moves pretty slowly in neutral so that you can just kind of let go and watch it attack the enemies. What's also really great about it is that if you're up above an enemy, say a single one like a Lionel or a Hinox, it will slowly rotate kind of in a circle around that enemy because the 3 construct heads will be directed at it and will pull the whole craft around in a circle. And because it just hovers on its own, it'll just hover there. You don't really have to do a thing. First of all, we're going to start with your regular air bike, like this one, right? And what you definitely want that will help is to make sure that it flies straight. One thing to do is to look at the symbol on the bottom of the fans and make sure that they are aligned the same way. And one other trick I learned when this bike was first becoming popular was to make sure to fuse the control stick at the very top rim of each fan, as you see like I have here. And what we definitely want is if we get onto it, we want it to fly straight, right? So mine veers a little bit to the right, but it's pretty good overall. Now to do the Scorpion, we just need our regular devices actually. And I like being at the Terrytown construction site because there's actually 4 fans that it gives you here for free every time that you spawn in. So we can grab the 2 over here. I'll just fuse them together to get back over to the other ones. And let's go. You can get 2 more fans and a control stick from over here. And those are actually the ones I used for this air bike that I demonstrated. Let's take out 2 more fans. Make sure that the symbols are aligned the way that you want. And if we lay it flat, like this air bike one, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it up 1 stage. And then there's a regular snap point that you'll use. You don't have to line it up very exactly at all. It'll be this regular snap point right here. Do the same thing on this other side. Great. Now, we'll fix these back 2 fans. Alright, see how that symbol is not lined up? So we'll turn it 2 degrees, and then the symbol is vertical. Now, it'll be horizontal like this one, and then you're going to turn it 1 stage this way. And then you're going to put it on the regular snap point. See how there's like this one option that I have? That's fine. That's the one we want. And it's just like that. And now, for this back fan, again, let's check the symbol. Okay. Now it's lined up. And we want this one pointed forward. So we were at this diagonal one before, and we go 1 more stage up. Now this one does not have a snap point, but what you want to do is bring it right to the front of that raised part of the fan, and you want to line it up between those 2 vertical parts of the fan you see there, and that means we're at the center. So I'm just getting it right there. Alright. This is the skeleton of the Scorpion. And it should do that. We need to add weight to the front in order for it to fly properly. So now, what we'll take out are 7 beam emitters, 1 cannon, 3 construct heads, and your dragon part. Let's use Ferocious. let's do the claws on the front. So we'll take one construct here, and then we'll add 3 beams. And we'll use the regular snap points. So they have one on the top, and then 2 on the sides. I have noticed, especially this is important for flying missions, that putting beam emitters and cannons on the front, where the eye is, or to the sides of the top one, and even on top of the top one, when the head is searching for an enemy, it goes back and forth, and it really moves the craft side to side while that's happening. We'll use auto build to make the second one. And now let's put them on. Now we'll have the head be vertical. And what we want is we want to line up the middle with the back of the base of the construct head. So see how I have it right in the middle of the fan? Now we'll put the second one on. If you're wondering, you can get these construct heads in the Sky Islands right above Terrytown. Right here. You can get cannons here too. Beam emitters you'll have to get from a different Sky Island, and then fans and steering sticks you can get at the device dispenser in Terrytown as well. So we have our claws ready. Now we'll work on the stinger. So I have the cannon sticking out, but on top of the head. And then you can add a beam emitter on top. And I like to put it right in the middle of the cannon so it sticks out a little bit. That way it's kind of symmetric with the claw underneath. And then you can add the stinger on the bottom. Sort of like that. Now, we'll put this on top, and we just use this regular snap point on the top fan. And there's our completed scorpion. You can add an eye and maybe some mandibles if you'd like. In my 5th iteration, I added a single eye and the mandibles because it kind of reminded me of Goma. But now if we take off, we see we have a hovering scorpion, which is exactly what I wanted. One last feature is that I used a dragon part for the stinger. Previously I've used, a silver Lionel horn, silver Lizalfo's horn, but if you use dragon part, they have a really far despawn distance, and that's because when they fly off of a dragon you'd be able to see them from, thousands of units in the air. So if you attach that to your build can be thousands of units away, and you'll still be able to see it. So for example, I was testing it and flew it over towards the tech lab up here, and one of the cannon shots knocked it off of the cliff here, and it fell down into the ocean by the pirates. But I was still able to see it way over here on top of the cliff, and nothing despawned. I think normally, if you have like a build that falls that far away, it'll just despawn. So that's a really great feature of the dragon part. And if you don't want to use it up right now, here, I just grabbed it, but if I go to auto build, the dragon part is still one of the features. So you can use 3 Zonite to replace the dragon part, and the 1,000 feet despawn distance still applies. So that's really great. What's also really great about the Scorpion here is that there's many different ways that you can add weapons to it. And that you've seen that through some of the different iterations that I've posted. There will always be some trade-offs, right? The first one I didn't have anything on the Stinger, but I did have 4 beam emitters on the front. But now that I have stuff on the Stinger, that provides a little bit more weight, pulling it down, so I had to remove a couple of beams in the front. You can also play around with where you place the claws in the front. If you put them a little further back towards the control stick, you'll allow the craft to go up a little bit more instead of staying mostly horizontal at one level, but there's quite a bit of flexibility that you can have with this 6-fan configuration, which I really like.